Hello and welcome to Jamie's Football Chat. I hope everyone's keeping well in these awful times that we're in at the moment, but at least we know that with the vaccine rollout that things will get better eventually, and they've started that now, so hopefully soon we'll see a light at the end of this tunnel. What I wanted to talk about is the Man Utd game yesterday. So we played Burnley away, and it was a good game to watch. Really important win for Man United, which is really good. We won 1-0. Pogba scored in the 71st minute with the Rashford assist. It was a great goal, great build-up. It's such a hard-fought victory that was yesterday. And I'm just looking at some of the stats here that United had 8 shots on target to Burnley's 0. So yeah, Burnley didn't really offer much going forward. We had 4 off target. They had 4 off target. Possession was 63% Man United and 37% Burnley. So yeah, so we were all over them mainly, and we as soon as we started to play it down and play the football rather than just sort of going into their game first off, we were trying to sort of do fouls and that like they were doing, and then they were getting lots of set pieces causing us problems. So when we started to play it down and play more attacking football, we then started to play a little bit better. And then we did that second half, and we were a low better. I don't know how we didn't score more than 1 goal really with some of the chances we had. But at the end of the day, we had such an important victory yesterday. We've gone top of the league, which is great. 3 points clear now of Liverpool. With the same games played. Again, it's only I think 17 games we've played now, so it's really good that we're top of the league now for the first time since, I think, after New Year's Day, since 2013, when we last won the title with Ferguson. So it was a long time ago. So it's you can see Man United fans getting a bit carried away and excited because it was ages ago. And who would have thought that we'd have been in this sort of like title charge, because the last few years has not been great at all, and even sort of November, October, we wasn't looking very good after Tottenham smashed us at home. So yeah, their turnaround has been absolutely unbelievable by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And I think that now, obviously, we played 17 games and we're top of the league by 3 points, but we've got obviously Liverpool to play next away, so it's such a massive game, but it just keeps momentum going, puts pressure on Scousers, so that's what we like to do, so that's good. So I'm really looking forward to the game on Sunday. It's going to be a hard game, but thing like I've got a sort of WhatsApp group with 2 of my friends, Shane and Matt, and they're big Man United fans like me, and it's quite good to have that sort of, we text each other before the games, after the games, of what's happened, and during the games as well, and that really does help me because they're 2 passionate Man United fans like me. And I think that the good thing about it is that we were all so pleased yesterday, so buzzing, but we just still couldn't believe that we're in this sort of title charge, but we're all excited. But like the 3 of us were saying yesterday, we can't get that carried away because it's not like we've had half the games in season yet, but it is really good to be top of the league by 3 points. So we'll definitely enjoy it for the next few days. But yeah, I just think that yesterday's win was so important. Like I was saying to the lads, is that it wasn't such the performance of the 1-0. It was a hard fought victory. When a lot of times we've won when we've been 1-0, 2-0 down, and we've won away from home. But this was like an old fashioned United performance, rolling the sleeves, getting stuck in with some fouls. I think at the end I saw Pogba's knee was all bleeding, and players are getting injured, and Matches a bit of a not Martial, but they all ran their socks off and played well for the team. And that's what it's all about in these games. I think Fergie used to say, when we used to go to Stoke away, that's such an important game for the season, sort of winning there, you'd sort of know then. And that's what we did at Burnley. And at the end of the day, when you watch Burnley yesterday, it was like watching Stoke of old. They were absolutely terrible going forward. They didn't offer anything. Yeah, they were just so defensive and just looking for set pieces all the time. And yeah, it was a definite pain to watch them. But Burnley before used to be a bit of a better team with some of the football they used to play, but lately this season, when I watched them again, they were awful. So that's what I mean. It was such an important victory that we were frustrated first off, some of the chances we didn't score and disallowed things and whatever. But like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer told them at half time, roll the sleeves up, keep going. And that's what we did. And in the end, we had some really good defensive displays to keep a clean sheet. And it was such an important victory. So I think I'm going to just go over a couple of things. I think that my sort of standout plays yesterday, Paul Pogba was man of the match. I thought it was absolutely outstanding. As Man United fans will be saying today, it's about time. But I think that since his agent came out and said that he was supposed to be leaving in the summer, he's actually played really well, and that was since the Champions League game. I mean, unfortunately, we went out. He's actually played really well. He's upped his game, playing in the Premier League a couple of times, scored against West Ham, and he's playing really good football. He's running everywhere, looking a lot better. And I think maybe like Gary Neville says, he's sensing this team is going somewhere. And he's like sort of got his shoulders out and his chest out, thinking, right, I'm here now. And I think that he does play better with better players. But I think before the onus was always on him, rather than now it's spread around the whole team. And obviously the Bruno's a big influence, and that's a big help for him as well. But it was definitely a massive help getting Cavani back yesterday. I know he didn't score, but he still played well and got into positions, and his movement again is unbelievable. So it's great seeing him back. But some of the decisions yesterday was just crazy. Like Gary Neville was saying that the one moment of the game when we ran forward, Shaw did a foul, ran forward then, and then I think Cavani got fouled. Probably was going to be a red card. And it was all VAR got involved and whatever, and Shaw's tackle, to be fair, looking at it again, he got the ball to start with, then he got the man, so he could have probably been red carded. But at the end of the day, he got the yellow card, which was lucky for us. But it could have gone either way. It was quite a hard decision to decide. But again, I was worrying more likely for the red card than anything else. But again, because it's such before the move, with VAR, they can go back to do these decisions. Without it, that wouldn't have happened. So it is the right decision, and VAR has helped in that. But it's obviously annoying for Man United fans. But then obviously then Brady took Cavani out, and he should have been a red card for Burnley. So it was definitely hard that decision. But again, I think it was probably right in the end because Shaw's tackle was bad, and luckily he stayed on the pitch, which was good. But then after we had that one chance with a corner that I think it was Shaw that crossed it across to Harry Maguire, amazing header, and he's just all he had his eyes on the ball, looking forward, just wanted to score the goal, and it's a great header. Obviously, when you jump up for the ball as a defender, you've got to try and get some leverage to try and head the ball anyway. But he wasn't looking to gain an advantage; he was just trying to score the goal. And I didn't think it was, a foul at all. And I think Matt Murray and Joe Redknapp in the studio have agreed with me as well that goal should have stood. It was really good header by Maguire, and he's got that in his locker. He should do that more. And he's been playing really well of late, last few games. So yeah, that was a daft decision. But United lads came in at half time. We went again second half. We played better football. We got the important goal, the important win. So it was a great victory. I think it just means that then now we go into that Liverpool game Sunday, 3 points clean. It's that pressure on them, isn't it, to perform, and we're sort of the outsiders. So it's definitely a really important win to keep that momentum going, which is key. But I think that the players that I would just highlight again, I said about Pogba was man of the match about time because he was absolutely outstanding everywhere, and he was obviously central midfield with Matic, but he was all over the shop and passing wise and driving the team forward. It's what United fans have wanted to see, and the last few weeks he's done that, which is good. But so long may that continue, because again he could still go in the summer, but as long as he gets us a Premier League title, then I'll be happy with that. Matic, I thought, played a really solid game and used his experience. I thought he was really good sort of sweeper in the back four. He was really good, and he was coming a lot back. But then obviously before, when Matic probably usually played in the axis, they'd usually both go in front of the back four, and there wouldn't be anybody else going forward to help Bruno, and he'd become isolated. But Pogba was getting forward, that was the difference. So again, he's probably because now he's fully fit. He had his obviously coronavirus as well. It took him a few weeks to get over that. And now he's fully fit and looking fresh and full of confidence. It's a Paul Pogba that we brought all those years ago. And I thought that Eric Bailey was absolutely brilliant at the back. Bailey, he was great, blocking stuff and that. And I think, like I said to friends, that when he's with Maguire, because Maguire is obviously slower, but when you got Bailey next to him, who's quick, he can get back, he can throw his body on the line and do these tackles. It's brilliant to see, because I think that those two together as a defensive partnership is probably our best defensive partnership. And if Bailey can stay fit, it'll be such a big bonus to our season. And it just shows you how good of a defender he is. Reads the game. He was putting his body on the line yesterday a few times, blocks and that, and tackles. I just thought he was absolutely outstanding. Maguire had another good game as well in the air. He's everywhere in the air, and it was such a good that you played him and he didn't get booked. So that means he's available for the game on Sunday against Liverpool, which is important. And just again, a captain's performance from Maguire, that was great. And I didn't even have any saves to do, so just a spectator really. But again, you could see what it meant to him at the end when he was sort of cheering and whatever and going mad, which was good to see. Shaw had another solid game. I thought he was really good again. He goes under the radar, but he's had a really good season for Man United. I thought Rashford had a quiet game, and I think he did that against City as well. He wasn't too good, but I think that the Martial, when he was moving about with Cavani, and that they were all sort of interlinking and swapping, he was working hard. Go around, he should have scored at least two. But again, he was working hard and kept on trying. A lot of times, United fans are moaning when he's sort of static, but he kept on moving, and I think that was good for him. And unfortunately, the one at the end he should have scored, but then he pulled his hamstring or something. So hopefully he's all right. But yeah, he should have buried that. Cavani would have, I think. Cavani had a decent game again. Like I said earlier on, his movement was good. Unfortunately, he didn't score one, but he was unlucky with a couple. The one I think was a corner, and he went in, he cut inside, and then hit it wide, and he should have done better with that. But again, it was good movement again. And I thought, trying to think who else was playing yesterday. We had the Wan-Bissaka again, had just a solid game. So. And I think going forward, what we had with Pogba supporting Bruno had a sort of quietish game, but again, he was that driving force in the team again. That sort of winning mentality is so important now. And you looked at that United team, and we just had so many leaders in there, and so many people that, like, you looked at that and you're thinking, yeah, all these players want to win the game, and they all want to play well as a team and go forward and push the team on. Well, years gone by, we didn't have that, and the team's a really tall, excuse me, a really tall team that he picked. And you could tell that when they all came out, and that's what we used to do when we went to Stoke. Fergie'd always pick these players to try and get through in these important games to win us the game, and Solskjaer's game management was superb. I think that's what he's done with Pogba. His agent came out and he's just been really good. He said the right things in the press with Pogba, and he's obviously reaping the rewards now. But you've also got the whole mentality of the club. He's not going balmy saying we're 3 points clear, we're going to win the league and that. He's not. He's keeping it cool. Players know that we're doing well, and it's great to see that we're not getting carried away, which is what we shouldn't be. So, we're not even paid halfway yet. But again, it's great to see. But when we did score that goal, the players jumped on Pogba, and it was brilliant to see. And at the end, you could see how much it meant to them. It was a really important victory. So yeah, I think Sunday's going to be a really, really close game. All depends how we start, who's going to be playing. I think we've maybe got Matic and Marshall could be out, but we don't know. Hopefully the rest are fit. But I think we've got a good chance now, as we did before. We lost the once when we had, I think Shaqiri scored the goal, I think at Anfield before, we played rubbish. Wasn't really good at all. But now we're there, and I'm sure that we can give a good account of ourselves on Sunday, and worst case scenario would be a draw, but I'm hoping for the victory. And then we've obviously got them in the FA Cup at home, which would be a really, really good time to beat them in the Cup as well, to knock them out. Yeah, so I saw some pictures today on Man United's Twitter that Ahmed Delalia, I think is that how you say his name? He's obviously doing some Man United pictures today, with his shirt and everything. He looks really, really happy to be there, which is great. He's only 18. And the reviews that one of my friends are saying as well, somebody on TalkSport was saying like how good he's going to be. So it's really, really good, all the potential that he's going to have. It's just, can't get too carried away. He's only 18. Put him in the team slowly, see what happens. But again, if he's playing really, really, really well in training, give him a go. And we are lacking those sort of wingers on the right-hand side, a true right midfielder, which is what we lack. We put Rashford there, and he's not a right-sided player. So if he can come in straight away in January again and have the sort of Bruno effect, that'd be absolutely amazing. So yeah, looking forward to seeing him. We had Fosu Mensah go today. So that was... I think it's for about €2 million, I think it was. But again, that's good because it frees up more squad places. It frees up more wage money as well. And again, he just wasn't good enough in the end. He had a good start when he was at us, but he just wasn't good enough. And I think we've got Rojo and Romero that are currently training in Argentina. They'll be going this January, hopefully, and that will again free up some wage bill and some squad places as well that we can then go and hopefully get somebody else in. So I'm not sure what's happened to Jones. I think he's still injured, so he'll hopefully be out the door as well. And we're getting rid of all this sort of deadwood players that wasn't good enough anymore, and we were having them kept before in previous managers. Ollie's coming in and getting rid of these players that aren't good enough, and we're now becoming a smaller squad, but it's actually more stronger. You look at our bench with Donny van der Beek and that Mata, Greenwood coming on. That's such a strong bench now. We can rotate, we can move players about. and it means we then got more of a chance to compete in these games. And like Fred and McTominay will probably start the weekend, but the thing is that when they start then the weekend, you can rest Matic and that, and he can then come in the next game. So we've got those sort of combinations that we can keep swapping, rather than before we couldn't do that because we only had sort of the fixed 11, 12, 13, 14 players, and we had no one to come off the bench that was any quality. We had people like Pereira and Lingard and that. They just wasn't good enough. So yeah, it's good few weeks to be excited about. Fingers crossed we get the win the weekend, and it's going to be such an important game. But I'm looking forward to watching it. I hope all Man United fans are excited to watch that game. And yeah, fingers crossed everybody has a good rest of the week. Everyone's safe and well. Thanks for watching. And yes, we're top of the league. Long may that continue. Cheers. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. Take care.